The most dangerous attacks don't always begin after your system starts. Sometimes they begin before your operating system even has a chance to load. At that stage, your antivirus isn't active yet, your monitoring tools are asleep, and your security defenses haven't fully come online. Everything you normally rely on to detect threats simply isn't running. That's exactly the moment where bootkit malware strikes. And now, tell me this. Have you ever thought about what actually controls your system before Windows or Linux even appears on screen? Welcome to BlueHat Cybersec Academy. And in this video of the Malware Encyclopedia series, we're going to break down how bootloader malware works, why it is considered one of the most stealthy and persistent forms of cyber attack, how it infects systems at such a deep level, and most importantly, how attackers use it to maintain long-term control even after reinstallations and system resets. Because once you understand this category of malware, you realize something unsettling. Not all infections live inside the operating system. Some live underneath it. Bootloader malware is a category of malicious software that targets the system's boot process, the stage where your computer transitions from powered-off hardware to a fully loaded operating system. Normally, this process is handled by trusted firmware and boot components like the BIOS or UEFI, which load the operating system safely. But bootloader malware quietly inserts itself into this chain of trust. Instead of waiting for Windows or Linux to start, it activates earlier and positions itself before the OS even loads. This means it can manipulate what the system sees, control what gets loaded, and sometimes even hide itself completely from the operating system. That's what makes it fundamentally different from traditional malware. It doesn't live in your system, it lives under your system. To understand why bootloader malware is so dangerous, you need to understand what happens during system startup. When you press the power button, your hardware first runs firmware instructions stored in the BIOS or UEFI. These instructions decide which device to boot from and which bootloader to trust. Bootloader malware targets this exact moment of trust. Instead of waiting for security software to initialize, it modifies or replaces parts of the boot process itself. This could involve tampering with the boot record, altering boot configuration data, or embedding malicious code into the early startup chain. Once this happens, the malware gets executed before any operating system level security exists. At that point, it effectively operates in a privileged position that most software simply cannot detect or remove easily. The biggest problem with bootloader malware is timing. Most security tools rely on the operating system to function, but bootloader malware runs before the operating system even exists in memory. That creates a blind spot. By the time your antivirus, endpoint detection, or logging systems activate, the malware has already loaded itself into memory or established persistence at a deeper level. Even more concerning, some variants are capable of hiding their presence from the operating system entirely, making them appear invisible during normal system usage. This is why bootloader infections are often discovered late, sometimes only after repeated system reinstalls fail to resolve the issue. Bootloader malware usually doesn't rely on a single method of infection. Instead, it spreads through multiple entry points depending on system weaknesses. In some cases, it begins with phishing attacks that trick users into running malicious installers with administrative privileges. In others, it exploits vulnerabilities in firmware or boot configuration systems. It can also be introduced through compromised external devices, infected update mechanisms, or physical access attacks where an attacker directly modifies system storage. Once any of these entry points succeed, the malware embeds itself into the boot process and becomes part of the system's startup routine. At that stage, removing it becomes significantly more complex than deleting a normal file or uninstalling software. One of the most alarming characteristics of bootloader malware is its persistence. In typical infections, users assume that reinstalling the operating system will solve the problem, and in many cases, that assumption is correct. But bootloader malware is different. Because it exists below the operating system layer, reinstalling Windows or Linux may not remove it. the malware can remain stored in the boot sector or firmware-level components, reactivating itself as soon as the system restarts. This creates a frustrating and dangerous cycle where the user believes the system is clean, only to see the infection return again and again. Once active, bootloader malware can perform several dangerous actions depending on its design. It may silently load additional malicious components during startup, manipulate system memory before security tools activate, or create hidden persistence mechanisms that survive updates and system changes. In more advanced cases, it can even support other malware types, acting as a foundation for spyware, ransomware, or remote access tools. This makes it not just a single threat, but a gateway for deeper system compromise. From an attacker's perspective, bootloader malware offers something extremely valuable: control before detection. By operating below the operating system, attackers gain a level of stealth and persistence that is extremely difficult to achieve with normal malware. This makes it especially useful for long-term espionage campaigns, targeted attacks against organizations, and advanced persistent threats where staying hidden is more important than quick damage. Instead of burning out quickly like ransomware, bootloader malware can remain dormant and undetected for long periods, waiting for activation or data extraction. Although difficult to detect, there are still some indicators that may suggest boot-level compromise. Systems may behave inconsistently after clean installations, unusual boot delays may appear, or security tools may report conflicting system states. In some cases, recovery attempts repeatedly fail without clear explanation, or firmware settings appear modified without user interaction. While none of these signs confirm infection alone, a combination of them may indicate something deeper than a standard operating system issue. Defending against bootloader malware requires a different mindset than traditional antivirus protection. Security must extend beyond the operating system into firmware and boot integrity. This includes using secure boot mechanisms that validate trusted boot processes, keeping firmware updated to patch known vulnerabilities, and restricting unauthorized changes to boot configuration. It also involves using endpoint security tools that can monitor early boot behavior, as well as maintaining trusted recovery environments for system restoration. One of the most important principles is simple: trust must begin at the hardware level, not just the software level. As systems become more secure at the software level, attackers increasingly shift downward toward firmware, boot processes, and hardware-adjacent components. Bootloader malware represents this evolution. It shows that cybersecurity is no longer just about protecting files or applications. It's about protecting the entire chain of trust from the moment a machine powers on. And as systems become more connected and critical to infrastructure, the impact of such deep-level infections becomes even more significant. Bootloader malware challenges one of the most fundamental assumptions in computing, that your system is safe once the operating system loads. But as we've seen, threats don't always wait for that moment. Some begin earlier, much earlier. So here's a question to think about. If malware can exist before your operating system starts, what does clean system even mean anymore? And tell me this in the comments. Do you think traditional antivirus tools are enough anymore when threats start this early? Because in cybersecurity, sometimes the most dangerous threats are not the ones you can see, but the ones that start before anything is visible at all. So before wrapping up, let's make it interactive. Can you explain why bootloader malware is harder to detect than normal malware? What is the main difference between OS-level infections and boot-level infections? And why do attackers prefer pre-boot persistence for long-term attacks? Drop your answers in the comments and test your understanding. If you're following the Malware Encyclopedia, continue with the next video, because each malware type reveals a deeper layer of how modern cyber threats actually operate beneath the surface. If this video helped you understand boot-level attacks, like it, share it with someone learning cybersecurity, and subscribe to BlueHat Cybersec Academy, because next time, we go even deeper into malware that operates even closer to the hardware than you might expect.